Namaskar. This presentation is related to MMSC Practical Geography course GGTP 133 Practical in Map Projection Semester 2nd Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune. This presentation has been covered the topic conventional map projections, particularly Mollwitz projection, and presented by Lieutenant Dr. M.S. Jadhav, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, BPHE Societies, Ahmednagar College, Ahmednagar. This presentation has been organized into two parts. Part 1, theoretical background of Mollwitz projection. Part 1 has been divided into the 5 stages to understand entire theoretical background of projection with the one solved example. The introduction and later on the 5 stages have been discussed. The stage 1, the calculation of radius of reduced earth, which is a very basic requirement to go further development of projection. Stage 2nd, to draw the basic circle showing 90-degree east-west meridian, which is the basic principle of this projection. Stage 2nd, the length of drawing of equator. Then the stage of 4th, that is to draw the parallels of latitude, and stage 5th, to locate the longitude and draw the meridians along the parallel. And the part 2, which cover the solved example, as I said. So let me start with introduction, that Mollwitz projection, which is the conventional projection. What is exactly the conventional projection? It's very simple. The projection which constructed and developed based on the mathematical computations, which called the conventional map projection. And Mollwitz projection is one of the conventional map projection, which is very famous among the cartographers, and even the International Association of Cartography, they adopt this projection to show the entire globe or the world map, and that is why it is very famous among the geographers also. This projection has been coined or introduced in 1805 by German mathematician and the astronomer Karl Brandon Mollwitz, which period of his life is 1774 to 1825. His major contribution is trigonometrical formula and the map projection, which is named after him. The Mollwitz projection has other names such as elliptical projection, homolographic projection, homolographic equal area projection, then a pseudo-cylindrical projection, and the Babinant projection. So these are the different names. This is very popular projection in atlas to show the distribution of world maps. In simply, if you look at this diagram, which has been already developed, the projection by myself, if you want to the final output would be like this. So you should be able to draw this type of the shape of the projection at the end of this presentation, and after that, when you listen this presentation, you will be familiar with the entire theoretical background and how to solve the example, which is essential, which will produce the essential information, numerical information for the construction of the projection. And the part 2 of the Mollwitz projection video, where you will be find the demonstration on how to construct the map projection. So if you want to define this picture, so you can define like the Mollwitz projection is an equal area map projection enabled to show the entire earth surface in an ellipse form with the straight line parallels having widely space at the equator than at the pole. Central meridian as one half of the length of equator, and with all the other meridians are ellipses equally spaced. So this is one of the unique projection. Essential information to know about this projection. So this projection is specially designed so that the area on this surface of the Earth's globe is made equal to the area represented on the projection. That is most important. Thus, the area of the whole globe is equal to the complete ellipse of the okay. So thus the area of the whole globe is equal to the complete ellipse given by the bounding meridians of their elliptical projection. Therefore, the area of the half ellipse will be equal to the area of the half globe. The ellipse of projection is so drawn that it is twice the area of circle given by 90° east and 90° west of the center meridian. So now stage wise, as I told you, that entire theory of this projection, it has been explained in the form of stages to understand very well. So the stage number one, once you provide the example about the projection, so you have to go step by step. So stage one, where you have to calculate the radius of reduced Earth, and in the first stage where you have to find the radius of reduced Earth, that is the capital R, which is based on the given scale of map projection, because actual radius of Earth is too large, that is a 6,400 kilometer approximately, and that much radius is not possible to handle. So we have to reduce it by certain scale. So for finding the radius of reduced Earth in the form of the globe, which you can see in the picture, that actual Earth and reduced Earth, how it would be. So that you have to find out the R, that is a capital R. So for that, the formula or the equation, it has been given, which is goes like this: R is equal to actual radius of Earth in centimeter divided by the scale of projection. So here, that actual radius of Earth is nothing but 6,400 lakhs centimeter. Okay, so that is in centimeter. So we have to use this figure as an actual radius of Earth, and at the place of scale of projection, it will be given in the example. So by that scale of projection, you have to find out the capital R, which will be the radius of reduced Earth, and by that radius you have to draw the reduced Earth on your paper to go further for the development of projection. In this projection, as we talked about in the other projection, like a basic diagram, so in this projection we can say the basic circle, which is the the initial stage to develop the projection. So in the second stage, you have to work on the how to draw the basic circle, which shows the 90° east and 90° west meridians. So for that, you have to find out the small r. Now the small r is nothing but the radius of circle of 90° east and 90° west. Actually, it is an sorry, there should be the meridian. 90° east and 90° west meridian should be it is an what is that the half of the hemisphere. Okay, so that is why you have to find out the small r, that is the radius of the circle, basic circle. And to find out this, the the equation you have to develop, and that the equation goes like this: the area of this circle would be the pi r square. Okay, so if the area of this circle is pi r square, so so surface area of the globe, which is reduced, the radius is r, so that is equal to the 4r square. So the surface area of the hemisphere reference to the radius, that is r, is equal to the 4 pi r square divided by 2 is equal to 2 pi r square. So in the Mollwitz projection, in an equal area projection, then the pi r square is equal to 2 pi r square, that is r is capital, or r small r square is equal to 2 r capital R square. So from this we'll get the one equation, and that equation is r is equal to that 2 under root the small r, sorry, capital R. Hence the radius of the r is equal to, the radius of the r is equal to that r means small r, is equal to the 1.4142, which is the particular root of 2, square root of 2 multiplied by r, capital R. So if you use this equation, definitely you will be find out the small r, which is the radius of the circle of 90 degree east and 90 degree west meridian. With the help of this small r, you must have to draw the 90 degree east and 90 degree west longitude, and draw the horizontal and vertical diameters, which will be the one of the central meridian, and another one is the half equator. So you can see in the figure 3. Later on, in the second stage number 3, where you have to decide the length of equator, and you can draw the equator too. So simply the length, if you look at the circle, so you will get an r, small r, it has been shown. That means nothing but the half length of the equator within the circle. Okay, keep in mind, within the circle. So that much length, if you extend to the both side of the circle, as it has been extended here, so you will get the entire length of equator. That means the 4 times small r is nothing but the length of equator, right? So that is why it's very simple to find out the length of equator, that is the 4r or 4 multiply r, or even though the 4 under root 2 capital R. So by these equations you can find out the length of equator, and you can place over there. So this is one of the another important stage. Now in the stage number 4, which is very important, that is to draw the parallels of latitude. So in this stage we have to work on 2 aspects of drawing the parallels, which are the straight lines in this projection. One is distance of the parallel from the equator. That means the respective or the expected parallels of latitude you want to place. So you should know the distance of that particular latitude or the parallel from the equator to the both hemisphere, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So that we have to calculate. And the second aspect is that once you know the distance of that particular parallel from the equator, later on you should know the entire length of that expected parallel which you have to draw to the both side of the prime meridian or the central straight line, vertical line, right? And that length should be equally distributed from the prime meridian. So let's talk about the stage 4.1, that is the distance of parallel from the equator. So distance of expected parallel from the equator can be find out by 2 methods. Okay, the one is the using table values, which table it has been given and it is available in any book. Okay, particularly that kind of the table is mostly used while you are drawing the projection by graphical construction approach. And the second one approach is there, that is using the trigonometrical formula, which has been used by the Mollwitz very perfectly. So that is a mathematical construction of the projection. So definitely using those formulas you can also easily find out the distance of latitude from the equator. We will discuss about the both. Okay, so first one, A, using the table value. Okay, it will be beneficial for the graphical construction, no doubt. So there is a table 1 in the next slide. You will find the the certain values of respective parallels from the equator, okay, which will help to find out the distances. So in the table, column number 1 enclose the latitudes and distances from the equator with reference to the r, okay, in column number 2 and column number 3. So if you are using the small r value to find out the length of distance of the equator from the equator, so you must refer the values of column number 2. And if you want to use the capital R, that is the radius of the reduced earth, then you have to use the values of table values from the column number 3. But exactly what is the equation to find out the distance of latitude from the equator using the table value is nothing but the distance of latitude from equator is equal to table values multiply either small r or capital R. But you must to keep in mind, you must to use the respective table values. If you want to use the small r as a radius of circle, then you use the column number 2. If you want to use the r, that is capital R, which is the radius of the reduced earth, you must to use the column number 3. Both way, if you find the answer will be the same. So look at this table. So these are the latitudes by 10 degree interval, even though you can have the 5 degree interval values also by 1 degree also in the reference books, which is given in the last slides. So if you are interested to use the small r, which is the particularly the radius of circle, so use the values from the table column number 2. If you want to use the capital R, which is the radius of the reduced earth, so you must use the table values from column number 3. Using these values of respective latitudes, and if you multiply with that with the radius, either circle or the reduced earth, small r or capital R, you will find the distance of the 10th or particular latitude from the equator. So it will be help to point out or the mark the distances of particular latitude from the equator, okay, as per your example interval is given in your example, okay. So this is most important step. The B approach, that is using the trigonometrical formula when you use the mathematical construction approach. So definitely to find out the distances of latitude from the equator mathematically, corresponding angles are used with the trigonometric formula. Now if you look at into the figure 4, which is a sphere or the reduced earth has been drawn by the capital R, that is the radius of the reduced earth, and you just make the line which join the any point on surface circumference and to the center of the earth, you will find the one angle with respect to the latitude or the parallel, okay. That angle is called as the latitude, which symbol has been shown. So this angle is not exactly equal to the angle which has been formed in the figure number 5 with the circle of 90 degree east and 90 degree west longitudes or meridians, okay. Keep in mind that the next angle which has been formed with respect to the circumference of the 90 degree circle, that is not equal to the latitudinal angle, right. So this new angle which has been introduced after the construction of the 90 degree circle, 90 degree east and 90 degree west meridian circle, and the angle of any point on the circumference of that circle when joined to the center of earth. So with respect to equator, you will have the one angle as shown here, the theta, that is called as the corresponding angle, and which is not exactly equal to the latitude except 0 and 90, okay. In between you will have the new angles, okay. So those angles are called as the corresponding angles. And to when you use the trigonometrical formulas like sine, cos, so you have to find out the cos of these corresponding angles, okay. And with respect to the different latitudes, corresponding angles table has been given you will find in the second slide. So look at this. This is the latitude has are given, and in this latitude the 0 to 90 by 10 interval are given. With that you will find the corresponding angles are here, right? So these corresponding angles are the angles which you must use with the trigonometrical functions. So for example, the distance of latitude from the equator is equal to 2 under root multiply r sine theta. Now this sine theta means what? Suppose you want to find out the distance of latitude of 10 degree from the equator. So you must use the corresponding angle as 7 degree 52 minutes. So this is the corresponding angle of the 10 degree latitude, right? So you have to take a sine of that theta, that means 7 degree 52 minutes. So if you take a sine of that and if you multiply with the r and the square root of 2, so definitely you will get the answer, and that answer will be exactly equal to the previous method, and that answer would be the nothing but the distance of that particular latitude from the equator. So in this way you can find out the expected distances of latitudes, and you can mark on the vertical line, that is a prime meridian, to draw the parallels. Okay, but to draw the parallels you must to know the total length of that parallel, right? So unless and until, if you can mark the distances from of the particular latitude from the equator, but unless and until if you don't know the entire total length of that particular parallel, you will not able to draw the complete parallels. Okay, so for example, here we talk about the even the equator also, though in the second stage we talked about that, but equator is another one of the parallel also. So how we can find out the length of equator using the trigonometrical function? So the first of all, that you must to know the length of equator is nothing but 4r. Here using the trigonometrical function, length of equator is equal to 4r cos theta. Okay, now 4r cos theta is equal to 4r because the equator's angle is 0 and the cos theta is 0. So if you multiply by 1, cos theta cos 0 angle is the 1. So if you multiply 1 to the 4r, answer will be the same. So in this way you can find out the length of equator, right? So once you find the length of equator, you can plot on the equally to the both of from the central meridian. Okay, and you can achieve the total length of equator. So length of parallels, other parallels. Now see, length of other parallels also you have to find out, right? And the one more simple method is there. I will explain later on. But the equation, trigonometrical equation, or can say the function you can use to find out the any other length of parallel. So that is the 4r cos theta. So for example, you must to find out the entire length of parallel of 30 degree latitude. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to find out what is the corresponding angle of the 30 degree. So you must to take the 30 degrees corresponding angle and the cos of that corresponding angle, and you have to multiply with the 4r. You will get the length of that particular parallel. So in this way you can keep finding all the expected the length of parallels as per the interval, and keep that numerical information with you to construct the projection, right? Other way, graphically also you can do very easily to find out the length of equator or the parallel. For example, look into the picture or the image which has been put here at the bottom right corner, where the circle of 90 degree east-west meridian has been shown, and this if you look at here, the r and r dash, what is it? The r is nothing but the half distance of equator within the circle. That means it is absolutely the radius of the circle. So if you extend that the r means the radius to the both side of the circum, I am not talking about from the center. Within the circle, that length is already there. That is the r square, right? But here I am talking about that only the r length if you take, and if you extend to the both side of the circle from the circumference, like r to r dash to the both side, so definitely we will get the total length of equator. Same way, the P is what? P is the another parallel, which the P is exactly the length of, half length of the particular parallel within the circle. So in the same way, if you extend the P as a P dash to the both side, so you will get the entire length of that particular parallel. So in this way, graphically also you can do to find out the length of parallel and equator, and you can find the number. Okay, so both method you can use, which is convenient to you, you can use it, and you can go for the construction of projection. Okay, now fifth is important stage where we have to find out the longitudes and how to draw the meridians along those longitudes which converge north and south pole. So as we divide that vertical line, that is a prime meridian, by the distances of the latitude from the equator, now same the way we have to divide each parallel, not only the equator, each parallel including the equator, by respective distances which we have to calculate now. So by that distance you have to divide that respective parallel, okay, to draw the meridians. And once you divide those parallels by certain particular distance, okay, which is called as the interval of the longitude as per the interval is given. Okay, so distance, interval of the distance, like this we can say. So by that particular distance you have to divide that all the parallels. So one parallel have been drawn, then the remains to draw the meridians. Okay, we know that. So longitude interval of distance along the equator is very important first of all. So it means you have to find out the longitude interval of distance. That means by what distance you have to divide the equator. Okay, so that distance you can find out with the help of this equation, which is very easy. The 4r multiply longitudinal interval, it will be given in the your example. Okay, latitude and longitude interval always given in example, that by this interval you have to draw the projection. So use that longitudinal interval here, and then you divide by the 360. Okay, so if you run this equation, you will get an one number. That number is nothing but the interval distance of longitude to divide the equator, okay, to draw the parallels. Okay, so this you have to do. This is one. This is a by equation. Other is the other one method which is very simple, which will beneficial, because this equation will not useful to other parallels. Okay, to get the distance interval along them. So for the other parallel, what we can do, we have the 2-3 methods which has given in these slides. Okay, like longitudinal interval distances along the parallel from prime meridians. Okay, one is equal to length of parallel within the 90-degree east and west. If you take a length of parallel within the 90-degree east and west and multiply by 2, divide by division of longitude, this is one, or 1/2 length of the parallel. इसका मतलब within the circle, whatever the length of equator or the other parallel, if you take a half of it, okay, one side, and if you multiply by the 4, so same meaning is same. In the first case we multiplying by 2, the second case we are multiplying by 4, divided by the division of longitude. And the third option is there, that the total length of parallel or parallel or equator divided by the division of longitude. Now how to find out the division of longitude? The division of longitude is equal to 360 divided by given longitude. right? For example, the 30-degree longitude interval is given in our example. So if you divide by the 30 to the 360, you will have the that one figure, and that figure is nothing but the what is that interval of divisions, right? So for example, 360 divided by 30, the 12. So 12 means what? You have to divide entire parallels into the 12 divisions. So length of that particular parallel divided by the 12, you will get the one figure which show you the interval of the distance interval of the longitude. Okay, right. So now up to this slide, we talked about the flow of the how the expected information need to, or you must to collect, okay, through the calculations. Once you complete this entire computations, you have to go for the actual construction methods, okay, actual construction of the projection, right? So what I have done here in this presentation, that the construction demonstration I have been created another video, which is which title is the Molded projection part 2. So in that video you will find the entire step-by-step demonstration on the construction of molded projection. Okay, so now so whatever the construction in that video is based on the example which I am going to explain after this. Okay, so the second part of my presentation is one of the example which has been already solved, and it has been explained here. So the example has been demonstrated and explained as per the stage mentioned in the previous slides. So what is the example? I have been taken the very simple example is here, that draw the Mollwitz projection on the scale of 1:1400 lakh centimeter, in which parallels and meridians are placed at 30-degree interval. So what it is, what it means, the interval of the parallel and the meridian is 30 degree. That you must to keep in mind. Okay, so let me start how to solve this example in the coming slides. Look, answer. So in the first stage, the calculation of the radius of reduced earth. So in all the projection, this is the first stage to go further for the projection construction. So here the actual radius of earth that we know 6,400 lakhs centimeter, divided by that the given scale of projection, and that is if you calculate this using calculators, so that answer will be would be 4.6 centimeter. So 4.6 centimeter is the capital R that you have to keep in mind, and this is called as the reduced earth. That means we have reduced actual earth to the scale of that given scale, and for that by that given scale we got the radius for the reduced earth to draw on the paper, that is 4.6 centimeter, right? Now second stage, to draw the basic circle showing the 90-degree east and west meridian. So here we have to find out the small r. So we know the equation that r is equal to 2 under root multiply r capital. So if you function it or run it, so you will get an answer. For example, small r is equal to the 1.4142, it is the square root of 2 multiplied by 4.6, you will get the 6.5 centimeter, which is the radius of circle which will be show the 90-degree east and 90-degree west meridian in our projection. That is the basic circle we got. Okay, so that is the 6.5. In the second stage, you have to find out the length of equator. That we know, it's very simple. Length of equator, or the total length of equator, is equal to 4r. So 4 multiplied by 6.5, because 4 6.5 is the small r, that is the radius of circle. So we got the 426 centimeter. That 26 centimeter is the total length of equator. Now stage 4, which is belongs to the parallels of latitude. Okay, to draw the parallels of latitude. And here, as you know, in the fourth stage, we have to find out the distances of the latitude from the equator. Okay, so for that, first of all, you should know the what are the latitudes which we have to draw in this projection as per example. So you must know that remember that the 30 degree is the interval of latitude, right? So by 30 degree interval of latitude, how many parallels we have to draw? I think 3 to the north and 3 to the south hemisphere, right? So 3, 30, 60 and 90. Okay, so you have to find out the distances of these latitudes from the equator. So for that, we know the formula. Here we are going to use the table value in the first stage. So the distances of the parallel from the latitude from the equator is equal to table value multiplied by r. Now here the table value are used from table 1 column 2 because I am going to use small r, right? So distance of 30 degree from the equator is equal to 0.404. Now 404 is what? It is a table value. Table value, is it okay? Keep in mind it is there of respective latitude. Multiply by 6.5 is the radius of the basic circle. So we got an answer 2.6 centimeter. So by you must take a 2.6 centimeter in your compass or in the divider, and you have to put one side of that divider on the center of circle, and you have to mark 2.6 distance on the vertical line, that is a prime meridian. Okay, and if you mark the 2.6 centimeter distance, that will be the location of 30 degree latitude from the equator, right? You have to mark in the both hemisphere. Second is distance of the 60 degree latitude from the equator. So what is the value? 0.762 multiply 6.5, answer is 4.95. This is the distance from the equator of latitude 60. Same way, the distance of 90 degree, which the table value is 1, and multiply by 6.5, that is the radius of our circle. So answer to be the 6.5 same. So in this way you have to find out the distances of respective or expected latitudes from the equator. Okay, even though those distances you can find out trigonometrically also. Now the stage 4.2, where the length of equator and the other expected parallels we can find out. Okay, so here the length of equator, which is again simple, as I told you, which we can calculate simply that 4 multiply r, or using the trigonometrical function that 4 multiply r multiply cos theta. Now cos theta is 1 and 4 multiply 6.5 is 26 centimeters. So that is the length of equator. So in this way we have to find out the length of other the parallels also. So for that we have to use the corresponding angles. Okay, here we are finding that not graphically, but here we are finding the with the help of trigonometrical functions. So length of parallel 30 degree north and south is equal to 4 multiply 6.5 cos 23 degree 50 minutes. Now 23 degree 50 minutes is what? It is the corresponding angle okay, with reference to the 30 degree 90 degree circle, right, of 30 degree latitude. So using the cos of 23 degree 50 minutes with the help of calculator, scientific calculator, you must need there, you must use it. So 4 multiply 6.5 multiply the cos of 23 and 50 is 0.9147, you will get the 23.78 centimeter as a length of that particular parallels of latitude. So in this way you can find out the others distance length of parallels of respective latitudes, and those are very important. Look at the length of parallel of 90 degree as a pole, and in this projection the pole is the point, so there is should not be the length, and that is why if you look at here 4 multiply 6.5 multiply cos 90, so cos 90 is the 0, okay, as the cos 0 is 1 inversely, so 0. So if you multiply by 0 to other figures, answer remains 0, and that is why the length of pole 90 degree north and south is 0. In the even though as I told you, by graphically also you can find out the length of equator and parallel, and you can for the drawing purpose the the graphical finding the length is very easy, because just look at the figure that A to A dash, then R to R dash to both side, if you extend you will get the length, as well as the construction is also in the progress. So by this way also you can find out the length of parallels of the particular parallel. Okay, so for that you have to refer the half length of the parallel within the circle of 90 degree east and west. Okay, and you can extend that like A to A dash or R to R dash to the both side of all the parallels, and you will get a complete parallels. Okay, after that most important thing, which is last stage, where you have to find out the longitude interval of distance from the prime meridian to the both side of the prime meridian in eastern and western hemisphere. Okay, and we have to draw the meridians along the parallels. So as we know, the interval of longitude in this example is also 30 degree. Okay, so according to this length of interval of the location of meridians along the parallel, we have to find out the distances. Okay, so as we know, there are different ways as I shown to you, but simple one using the division of longitude will be easy to understand, right? So first of all, look at that division. How many divisions would be there, or you should have to decide. So 360 divided by 30. 30 is the given interval. Okay, so by that relation we have 12 divisions of longitude. Is it okay? So very well, either by this, or we know the particular this one, the how to find out the distance interval on the equator or along the equator. The equation is there, 4 r multiply longitudinal interval divided by 360. So if you do this, if you solve this, so you'll get the 2.16 centimeter. Even though we know the 26 centimeter is the total length of equator, if you divide by the 12, you will get the same answer. So in the same way, you have to find out the distances, distance interval along the parallels to place the longitude on 30 degree parallel, 60 degree parallel and 90 degree parallel. On the 90 degree parallel, as it is in dot, there would not be any kind of the interval, so that is the 0. So after you will get this like 23.78 is the total length of 30 degree parallel. If you divide by the 12, you will get the answer 1.90 centimeter. So once you got these answers, now you must take the distance, like 2.16 centimeter is the distance of the longitude along the parallel. Okay, it will remain same. It will remain same. So what you have to do, you have to take that distance 2.16 centimeter. 2.16 centimeter you can take slightly more than 1 millimeter, or you can round up it and you can take the 2.2 centimeter. Okay, so once you take that distance in the divider or the compass, you go on mark this distance along the parallel or the equator from central point, central meridian or the center of projection to the both side, western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Okay, same way you take the distance in your compass 1.98, it means you can take approximately 2 centimeter and go on mark the distance of longitudes along the 30-degree parallel. Then take the 1.40 degree centimeter distance in your compass and mark that distance on the along the 60-degree parallels. So in this way, once you done this, okay, so after that you will have the picture on your paper with the complete parallels and complete circle of 90-degree east and west meridian, vertical prime meridian, okay, and the mark along the different parallel of longitude. So that marks are longitudinal marks. So now what you have to do, using the curvature kind of the object, or by the free hand, you have to join sequentially from the pole to pole, okay, that all the marks, there should not be the in the form of the zigzag, right? You have to follow the sequence one by one mark, the like north pole, then the second mark on the second parallel. For example, look at this, okay, the picture is over there, but once you I will talk about that. So once you join those marks, you will have the entire projection. Is it okay? So finally, the mark these distances along the respective parallels and draw the elliptical curves which converge in the north and south pole, and complete the projection with the proper labels of latitude, longitude, direction and title. So at the end, what you do, all the points you have to sequentially join by freehand with the curved lines from the pole to pole, okay, and once you join all those points sequentially, so you will get the entire projection. As soon as you complete the drawing, most important part is that you have to allot the latitudinal figures with the degree symbol, okay, systematically, then the longitudinal values with symbol, degree symbol, and the direction like east, west, north, south, okay, that things. And at the end, you must to put the very good a beautiful title with the scale which was given for the construction of this projection. So if you complete it, your projection will be ready. So as I told you, the step-by-step construction has been given in the second part of the module projection, okay, and the link for that is given here. So please visit this link or my channel, YouTube channel, where the video of the modules projection part 2, it has been uploaded, and that video will help you about the how to construct the module projection, okay. And for the construction purpose, I have been used the same example which just I have been explained to you, okay. Same example has been taken and I have been accomplished the projection for you. So please visit this link and follow that video, okay. If you follow it step by step, definitely you will be able to construct the entire map projection, okay. So there are some properties you can read and understand, but I'll just read out for you. The properties of these projections are like this. First is the parallels are straight lines, okay, and parallel to equator. The parallels are not equispaced because the space between the parallel is decreasing toward the both pole. The spacing between the parallels decreasing away from the equator to the pole, as I told. The second is the meridians are ellipses with the exception of central meridian and 90-degree east and west, okay, because 90-degree east and west is the part of circle, okay, whereas the central meridian is a straight line. but other all the meridians are ellipses. The meridians of 90 degree east and west which together form the complete circle and which is called as the basic circle in this projection. The poles are points and the central meridian is the straight line. The scale is not applicable to entire map. For each parallel has got its own scale. Okay, that means everywhere scale is not correct, right? But scale is true along 40 degree 45 minute north and 40 degree 44 minute south. Okay, that means 40 degree 44 minute north and south where the scale is true. The other side the scale is not true. The scale along the meridians increases away from the central meridian. Projection is equal area projection. The shape of area represented does not remains correct, so that the projection is not conformal projection, okay, or orthomorphic projection. So what is the use of this? So these are the views of the projection. At the end, when you construct the projection, it will be look like this, okay. And I have put here the 3 images from internet. The one image is showing the the Islamic population and its distribution, that is big one. Then top one in the two, the top one is the annual rainfall distribution, world distribution, and the bottom one, that is sea surface CFC distribution. So in this way, if you want to show the global distribution of any phenomena, this projection is often used, okay. And that is why in the uses of this projection, if you want to write something, so that being an equal area projection occasionally employed for the world maps, especially for the thematic map showing the distribution of various geographical items, for geographic illustration relating to the area such as distribution and density of the population and the extent of the forest and likewise. So this projection is one of the good one. And thank you. This is the another one picture of the projection. And now these are the some reference books which has been given here. It's a very good books. You can refer those and you can understand more and more about it. So here in top bottom right corner I have been given my website, where you will also find some important content or the good study material which I have been prepared for the student community. And at the end, please see the second part of model projection where you will find the demonstration of the projection, that means how to construct the projection. Thank you.